Now I would like to bring to your attention a few things relevant now to our 2026 societies and groupthink, the collective unconscious, and with a select few, I don't know how many, the collective conscious. The Dunning-Kruger Paradox is absolutely relevant and prevalent in these contemporary societies. Now, for those of you who are unaware of this psychological reality and event, the Dunning-Kruger Paradox simply explains how and why ignorant people with absolute confidence tend to overestimate their ability, their experience, their knowledge, and tend to be alphas who lead the betas in positions of power. People so exalted off the backs of others. People so stuck in their false sense of security that even when they are wrong, they cannot admit to it because their ego is so absolutely identified as the being itself that they cannot face the fact that they could be wrong. Exalted. Humility is not a word in the vocabulary. This you find with political parties where people don't agree with something, but yet because they're part of the team, they feel like they should take one for the team and support the party. As you see now with some of these MAGAs. Admittedly, did I say maggots? I meant MAGA. Some of these maggots admittedly are not exactly supporting their KKK Grandmaster now that they see the white hood under the sheep's cloth. But yet, because they are extremist conservatives, they feel as though they should shake their head yes, get on their knees, spread their cheeks, and lube that bitch up. Now, the other side of the coin to the Dunning-Kruger Paradox is when a humble, intelligent person, one whom actually, beyond ego, loves learning and loves the truth more so than loves thinking they are right even when they're wrong. Intelligent people who, like Socrates said, that he knows nothing, regardless of him being thought of or appointed by others as the smartest man to ever have existed. The whole point to the path of continual growth is found in the treasure of humility. The whole point of those whom awaken and break free of societal indoctrination and gaslighting is a desire and love for the truth, more so than a desire and a love for an ego that wants to believe itself always in the right, always correct. Now, people who are intelligent, people who are humble, unfortunately tend to be insecure, whereas the ignorant are supremely confident, even when they are wrong. The intelligent tend to be insecure, for they understand the value of humility and how it applies to infinite growth. So the intelligent, knowing that they truly know nothing, which is not something we find in society that regularly now. People think they know where humanity came from because they have a set of bones that are older than the rest. But that doesn't mean there isn't older ones that we have not found, or older ones that we cannot find because they have been reduced to ash and dust or oil. We assume that everybody came out of Africa because of the evidence we have, but when I was a child in school, if any of you are D-Generation X, you recall that it was said, along with the Big Bang, that the atom was the tiniest measurement of reality. But now that, and this is kind of strange because they split the atom in the 40s, now that we have progressed with Albert Einstein's theories of relativity, now that quantum physics has taken off more publicly, now we have to erase the facts that the atom is the smallest measurement. And now we begin to see that the atoms themselves even are simply not even solid but vibrating energy. Perhaps even just entangled strings of electricity, energy, quintessence, all intertwined in one unified field, where this brings a problem of our delusional senses that tell us that we are all separate. If the best technology we have now is observing that nothing is actually separate at all. Now, a problem that exists with those who are super ultra confident and ignorant, but yet lead us as these aggressive, domineering meathead jock alphas, is a couple of things that come to mind. Cognitive bias is one, where your environment, socially, the popularity, validation, things like that, have you tend to believe in your own hype, have you believe in your own exaltation, forgetting that the only reason you stand so high, Donald Duck, is because you're standing on the backs of warriors. And then we have the biggest fucking problem today in this conversation: cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is relevant in everything: society, politics, religion, spirituality. Cognitive dissonance is when you think you know something, or worse, you believe something conceptually with no experiential gnosis, no direct experiential knowledge of it yourself, but yet you still blindly believe it because you have been convinced, because they have seduced you through resonance or your opinion or what flatters your ego to believe you're right. Now, cognitive dissonance is when you are presented with new information that contradicts what you believe to be true and reveals in clarity.
2 miles. Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 40 for Connecticut 20 toward Bradley International Airport.
It is now revealed in clarity that you were completely wrong or off base. And your ego is so grandeur that you refuse to accept that you do not love the truth. You want to believe you are right, so you completely dismiss and become aggressive. You do not like the truth to be questioned, or your lies, therefore, actually. You don't want to be questioned because then you are vulnerable.